Welcome back to another video. Today I have something that I wanted to talk about. That something that all of us art collectors have to deal with, and it's a thought of how to display our collection. And there's a lot of people will only buy things that they if they can't display it in a frame on the wall, then they don't buy it. Or others, they don't frame anything; they keep everything in their portfolios. Um, they don't like the idea of having expensive pieces on the wall. Want to kind of keep it protected, keep it tucked away in a portfolio. Some people keep their art in a vault, in a safe, somewhere. Which it'd be great to have art as expensive as that you would have in a vault, but I don't know. That seems like a very I don't know. Do you enjoy it as much? But anyway, so that's whatever. Maybe that's just me wishing I had that kind of art. um, but you know, a lot of times it's a matter of wall space. It's a matter of what's available to you in the house. Now, just because you love everything you purchase does not mean that, say, a spouse would love everything that you purchase and want to display it in the house. And you got to find that balance of it's a shared space, so you want to be respectful and you know I guess it's take what you can get, and that's kind of what I have a few pieces that are framed in the house, a couple different places, and then I have stuff here in the collection room, which is primarily I am very fortunate to have a room like this that I can just have whatever I want on the walls, and that's I'm very thankful for that. But anyway, so I a couple things that I wanted to talk about today. There's an option. I was talking with some friends recently, and in the topic of displaying too expensive to frame, limited wall space, all those the topics that uh, you know every art collector, I don't want to say every and assume that, but most likely every art collector has had those kind of thoughts or debate, the internal debate of how do I what do I do, what do I hang, what do I how do I do that? So one thing that that I thought of, that I came up with, it's something that I mentioned it to a couple friends, and they're like, "Oh, that's I hadn't thought about that." Which I thought, okay, well that might make a great topic for a video. So here we are. What I think is a good option is to make use of the technology that's available to us. Now, a lot of us, being members of CAF and just sharing, your collection online, we have nice scans of our art, and a good way to make use of those scans, not just posting them online to share, is actually to get a digital frame. And I'll see if this might be a little washed out right now, but yeah. So I'm sure that the it won't look as great on camera, but it looks much better in person. But yeah, get a digital frame, and you can add pieces of your collection to the frame. They'll add that the scan of a published. I have the original, but also I put a picture of the published cover in there, just to kind of another way to look at your art. And you can maybe sneak this somewhere on a bookshelf, or with other frames in the house, or just on a desk. You could have it at your say if you have a desk at work. Now make sure, if you do this, make sure you have family pictures as well on your desk. Like, you can't take just this, and people are like, "What, really?" But yeah, I really like this as an option to have somewhere on the display. Actually, I have not put this in the house. I've had it out here. It's been on my desk, that you don't really see it on camera. But I think it's a great option to cycle through uh, just stuff in your collection that you might not. Even that's a smaller sketch. I don't have that frame. There's a Mannix piece. Um, I don't have this stuff framed yet, and it's just in a portfolio. But this is a great way to appreciate the art. and some of them are smaller sketches that there's a published uh, picture of a cover. Again, you know, some of them are smaller pieces that you might not get framed, smaller sketches. I have a lot of Ramona Fradon, 6x6 pieces that I don't have framed, that I don't know specifically how to. I don't know. That would be a chore to frame them all. But you can put them on here, and they present well, and then still have them in the portfolio to enjoy. Um, Another thing you could do, a lot of people when they talk about curating your collection, and when it comes time to maybe let certain pieces go, um, we have these scans, and everything we buy, and then if we resell to buy something else, um, the things that you have sold are still part of your comic art collecting journey. Um, yeah, so that was really washed out on the screen. But so even if you sell something, you can still appreciate it if you have that scan. Put it in a playlist on a digital frame, and you can still appreciate it. You can see it, and the way I look at it is I everything I've sold, I've not missed per se. I've not been like, oh man, I should regret or anything like that. It's just whenever I sell something, obviously it's something that I enjoy because I bought it. Um, but it helped get me to another piece that I enjoy. So I try not to view it as a, um, you know, oh, I try to avoid the regret of it. And I still, when I see pictures of the art, or if I see the new owner post it and appreciate it, I think it's cool. I mean, it's part of uh, like I said, part of your comic, my comic uh, journey, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that, and I don't think there's anything wrong with then, trying to appreciate those pieces in this manner. So uh, the brand of this frame is called Nix Play. Now, it's just one that we started buying some digital frames for family members when it comes time to Mother's Day, Father's Day, the holidays. They just make good gifts. Especially once we had kids, to share pictures of the kids with grandparents and whatnot. And what's cool about Nick's Play, outside of just like the comic art, just as a as a tip for any maybe parent out there looking for a gift for grandparents, you can send pictures from your phone to the frame. So we have both my wife's parents and my parents have these digital frames that you can, from your phone, you can send a picture of your kids or whatever to their frame, and then the next time they see it, they'll see a new picture, which is pretty cool. And they're also nice because they are. It's going to turn into a commercial for Nick's Play, but I mean whatever. Uh, they're motion activated, so you go into the room and they'll come on, and then if they sense no motion after, you can set the time. If it's like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or whatever, it'll just turn off. So it comes on when you're in the room. So uh, yeah, I don't know. There's I'm so far behind on framing art, and part of it is there's two big pieces that I want to get framed, and there's one like dominant wall that I want to have. There's a big wall on this side of the room that I have, and I need to get those two pieces framed because they'd be kind of be the anchor of the display. And it's just, I've been dragging my feet, getting those framed, just because the cost involved, and again, uh, I'm sure others can relate to this. It's the idea of, I'd rather spend money on more art than spend the money on to frame the art. So, you know, just finding a time when it makes sense to get those big pieces framed, and then I can do a big update on the wall over there. But in the meantime, I have this as an option. I do have other pieces framed. It's just, I think this is a wonderful way to appreciate your collection. And if you are a person that has those kind of regrets, if you sell something or you miss a piece, or these come in different sizes, so you can get a bigger one. This is just one that when we were buying for holidays for family members, they were doing I think they were like buy one get one free kind of thing. So I ended up just getting a small one for free to just to try it out to use for out here in the collection room as a way to display more art. Um, but yeah, I've debated getting a larger one for just art, and then I can just put this one somewhere else in the house and have pictures of kids or family and stuff like that. So yeah, so if you do have those regrets of selling a piece or whatever, I just think it's a good way to remind yourself of what you've had, what you've owned, what you've sold, and you know all the pieces that have gotten you to where you are with your collection today. So uh, yeah, so I just thought I wanted to share that just as a um, since there were some friends of mine that hadn't thought of that, and they said, "Oh, it's a great idea." Um, I figured I would share it with everyone here. So yeah, if there's any questions, if you have, I don't know if there are any questions involved in certain models to look at or whatever, just message down below and I can answer questions if you have any. So, but yeah, thank you so much for watching this one, and I'll see you soon.